I built a $500,000 dropshipping business in just about 60 days. I'll hit the refresh button for you here. As you can see, the numbers are pretty good. By the end of tomorrow, we'll do exactly $500,000. You can see the date there at the top. This tool is called Triple Whale. It connects directly to your Shopify account and your Facebook ad account, so it gives pretty good data. It's not 100% accurate, but you can get a rough estimate here, pretty close to the actual numbers that I generated. So if I hit the refresh there again, you can see here net profit of that money generated in revenue is right under 100. It's actually a little bit more than this, right around $130,000 in pure profit in just the last 60 days on 26% profit margins. That's after Shopify fees, Facebook ad costs, all that fun jazz. You can see I spent $200,000 on Facebook ads. And normally my YouTube videos, as you can see, are like tutorial based, sitting in front of the desktop, just giving you specific information you can apply to your business. But today's video, I actually want to spend some time just giving you some mindset advice and just share with you how dropshipping has changed my life over the last year or so. You can literally scroll back on this very YouTube channel and see when I first started my dropshipping journey, and where I am now is completely different from when I started. It's actually amazing to see. And during this time, not only have I been able to develop my skills really well, I've also been able to work with 200 different community members inside my community called Social Brands Club. And I see a lot of the same mistakes that I was making and the same mistakes that my students are making almost every single day. And I have a list here that I compiled that I want to go over and just spend some time talking about, because a lot of these mistakes are mindset driven. I have so many tutorials on how to build a store, how to find a winning product, how to launch your ads, how to create advertorials. Feel free to check those videos out on my channel, but I want to spend some time talking about the most important factor, which is mindset and how you deal with issues that come along your dropshipping journey. The first thing that I want to talk about is the ideology of doing something and expecting a positive result the very next day. A lot of times we launch ads, and on the first day of ads, data may not look the best. Sometimes it will actually look good on day one, but then the day two comes around and data doesn't look good. The point that I'm getting at here is that things are not going to go as smooth as you may think. I know we watch a ton of videos, a ton of tutorials, we see people's results on social media, and we want to do the same thing. And you'll hear, click on a video like this and watch this video, and you'll see that I did $500,000 in the last 60 days. And you think, okay, great, I want to, use that as motivation to get my store going and do the same thing. But you won't see all the mistakes, trials, and tribulations that took me so much time and money to get to where I am today. I made so many mistakes, and I'm going to continue to make mistakes, and I'm going to continue to learn. And I just don't want you guys getting in the habit of comparing yourself to somebody that's on step 10 of the journey and you being on step 1 thinking that you're going to get the exact same results. The whole premise here, especially when it comes to dropshipping, is that Facebook ads is volatile. As great of a platform as it can be once everything's locked in and dialed in, that at first initial testing phase, and that could be a week, that could be a few days, that could be a week, that could be 2-3 weeks, it's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult, and you have to get through this tough time. Once you get past this tough time of testing different angles, different concepts, different creatives, and you eventually lock in and you get a winning product and a winning angle, you can scale to the moon like I did. But I don't want people quitting or giving up or saying dropshipping isn't for them because they've done a couple product tests and things didn't go their way. It's important to understand how the testing phase is probably the hardest part about being a dropshipper. And if you can get through that, you can get through anything and you'll be successful. Now, of course, again, I can give you tactical information, and if that's what you're looking for in this video, like how to get through the testing phase, I already have videos on that, and I cover that on my channel. I'll have more videos coming out about that soon. But for now, it's just like a mental fortitude that you have to develop. You have to be mentally strong. You have to be mentally stable. You have to understand that this game's about losing money. And honestly, I don't even like saying it like that. I don't like saying losing money, because what you're really doing is buying data. The next point I want to talk about, which is so important, is this victim mentality a lot of people have, right? Things will go wrong. Ad accounts will get banned. Ads will get restricted. Products will start off good, but then start to flop. CPMs are always high no matter what product test you do. There will be some level of issues that happen, and it almost seems like they happen back to back to back, and you'll think, man, maybe this just isn't for me. Maybe I was just doomed from the start. Maybe I'm just really unlucky. Why is it so hard for me, but not as hard as it for everyone else? And it comes back to that same premise. You don't see all the difficult things going on behind people's lives and as they're getting ready to build and scale stores. I'm telling you right now, there are an enormous amount of problems that go wrong almost every single day as a dropshipper. And again, the reason why we put ourselves through this much pain, because on the opposite side of this is a life we all want to live. I've been able to relax and chill on most days, not every day, but most days with my stores just printing and doing really well and making me so much money. And it's allowing me to travel, do whatever I want to do, and be able to be affluent and make a ton of money doing that. That type of lifestyle, think about the lifestyle you want to live. You want to travel the world, do whatever you want. You want to be able to afford anything you want, live in a nice house or apartment, have a supercar, be able to take care of your loved ones, be able to eat out as much as you want, and see the whole world that you want to explore. To live that kind of life, you have to work insanely hard, and you have to be in the extreme 1%. To get into the 1%, you have to do the things most people are not capable and willing to do. And a lot of times it's just pushing past multiple things that go wrong. And that's just a constant thing you have to get used to over and over and over again. Things go wrong, fix it. Things go wrong, fix it. Like I don't have time to sit down and feel bad for myself because this is probably happening to other people. And actually, if I get through this, there's a good chance that my competition probably won't push this hard to get through this problem. So I'm gonna win in the end anyway. You have to have that type of mindset, and you have to be that motivated to want to push forward and keep doing this despite all the things that can go wrong. The next concept that I want to talk about, which I think is the most important thing, is the ability to have critical thinking skills. I cannot stress this enough. And I stress this in my trainings, in my course. I can give you the fundamentals and the foundational information you need to get to a certain point. But to get to that next level and build consistency in your business and in your life, you have to get good at understanding how you can resolve problems, even if there's not a clear answer out there. Not every problem will have a YouTube tutorial or will be clear answer on ChatGPT or Google. Some things you're going to have to use your own critical thinking skills. And that's so important because I think a lot of people want the answers handed over to them. And I get it, right? It can be very frustrating when you try on your own and you feel like you keep failing. So the logical thing is, well, I need to find a solution out there. And it's always good to do that. It's always good to try to find solutions out there. But I think where people kind of get lazy and don't innovate when it comes to drop shipping is when they try something, didn't see any results, and they think, okay, well, instead I'm just going to copy this, or I'm not going to even think for myself and try to resolve this for myself. I'm just going to give up. So why I've been able to be so successful is because I can take some information that I can find for free on YouTube or someone has told me, and then I can use my own critical thinking skills and logic and reasoning to then build on those concepts and those ideas. The product research strategy that I've been sharing with you guys on my YouTube channel, the same one inside my course and the same one I use all the time, there's some parts pulled away from that I've learned from other dropshippers in the space. But ultimately speaking, the entire formula of how I find winning products, a big portion of it is how I personally put together my own checklist due to my own thinking, my own critical thinking skills, my own data that I've gotten from different product tests. And unfortunately, a lot of you guys are stuck in the same places because you're always looking for someone else to give you the answer. It's on you to be intelligent enough and smart enough to go out there and try to solve the problem. And that can be just testing more ads and testing different ideas and then looking at the data you got and build from that. That can also just be going out there and just Googling and searching and using ChatGPT to find answers to a lot of your questions. I had a few people that reached out to me and said, Alex, like I'm struggling right now with financials. Do you think I should get a business credit card? And if so, which business credit card should I get? I think that's a fair question to ask, but honestly, that's something you can easily look up and Google yourself. You can chat GPT best business credit cards for beginners. What's the best credit card to have as an e-com brand owner? These are things you can Google and chat GPT yourself. I don't ever mind you guys reaching out and asking me a question, especially if you're in my community or just want to DM me on Instagram, that's fine. But I just think to myself, that's probably a question I would just try to research on my own. And a lot of times that is what I do. So your ability to solve problems and get yourself out of issues that you're dealing with will guarantee the people that do that the best, I guarantee they are going to be the most successful. So I would advise you getting good at that skill as well, understanding how to solve problems and using critical thinking skills to get through the issues that you have every single day. Right now I have another store that I'm scaling that's doing about $1,300 a day in profit. If I hit the refresh button for you here, you can see yesterday we generated $3,300 and did about $1,300 in profit on 40% profit margins. Only spent $891 on ads to get a 3x ROAS. And I'm sharing that with you because once you understand the foundations and the fundamentals of why things work, you can rinse and repeat the formula, but it's important that you stick with it. Another point that I want to talk about is people's obsession with trying new things too often. I've gotten really clear on understanding in just my years of business that just because something isn't producing a certain result right away doesn't mean it's not working. And to be more specific and more granular, I see people try drop shipping and then they'll do that for a little bit, then they'll try crypto, and then they'll do that for a little bit, then they'll try meme coins, and then they'll do that for a little bit, then they'll try something else. They'll pivot and jump from idea to idea. And that's something I used to do back in the day as well. And even on a more relatable scale, they'll do drop shipping and then they'll try AI UGC ads. That won't work. Then they'll try Calidata ads. That won't work. Then they'll just try ripping directly from their competitors' ads. That won't work. Then they'll try native image ads with an avatar. That won't work. Then they'll try native image ads with a listicle. That also won't work. And it's like, okay, now Facebook ads maybe just don't work. So maybe I'll try Google ads for a little bit. That won't work. Then I'll try TikTok ads for a little bit. Then that won't work. And what I'm trying to get at is you'll find that really quickly, if you do this long enough, that success can come in multiple ways. Sometimes it's not about one strategy being better than the other. It's more about your ability to stick with that strategy even when it's not producing the best results so you can be the best version of yourself. When I first started, I was just ripping Calidata videos and ripping my competitors' ads. I objectively think that's the wrong thing to do, but there's people that still do that today and are able to scale to six-figure a month stores. I even at the time was able to scale to multiple four-figure a month, or sorry, four-figure a day with some stores by doing that. And there's a theory and strategy out there that you use those videos initially, like Calidata or your competitors' ads, scale with those initially, and then quickly pivot into your own ads. There's people out there that teach that, and that works really well for them. There are people like me that teach native image ads and avatars and pre-lander pages. And the reality of the situation is that they both work. They both can theoretically work. I don't think you should be just ripping Calidata ads, but personally, regardless of what I think, the reality is that it does work for other people. What am I getting at here? I had multiple times during my journey with native image ads where it felt like maybe this was the wrong thing to do because it didn't always work the first or second or even third time. So rather than giving up, I just kept learning more about the strategy and figuring out where I was going wrong until I got really good at it. And now I only do native image ads. The premise here and the point that I want to come across is that just because you struggle initially with a strategy doesn't mean you should just pivot to the next one all the time. In some cases, yes, it's a good idea to try something new, but you'll find quickly that if you don't give things enough time, then you'll never be successful. For me, I did Calidata ripping for like 6 months, right? I really tried my best. I tried picking new products. I tried ripping different types of ads. I really tried my hardest. I gave it enough time for me to come to a decision that, okay, this just doesn't make any sense. I need to do something different. And then with native image ads, it didn't work the first couple of weeks, but I stuck with it, and eventually it became consistent. That's what you need to understand. Stop jumping from new strategy to new strategy. Stop looking for a new reason why things aren't working. Just keep doing the same thing you're doing and try to become the best version of that before you jump to a new strategy. I have students that they'll launch some native image ads, it won't go right away, and then they'll start worrying about all these other miscellaneous things. Alex, do you think that maybe I should change the color of my website? Or do you think that this should be changed or that should be improved? Do you think my checkout page needs a different price point for the shipping? It's like you're asking all these questions when the reality is that no, the main thing that you're focusing on isn't as good as it could be, which are the native image ads in this case. Get better at creating better copy, get better at generating better images. Focus on that first before you start getting caught up in all these other miscellaneous things. And now you start changing a bunch of different things at once. You don't know why something might work versus why it may not work. And then you just end up wasting a ton of time and money. So honestly, it's important that you focus on becoming the best version of yourself at that one thing and giving yourself enough time to get good at that and refine that skill before you just give up on it completely. I have some amazing banger videos coming out soon, guys, showing you some more stuff about how to refine and build better websites, create better offers, run better ads, and scale it as quickly as possible. So look forward to that. I am excited to share that with you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Take care.